Hey everyone, I am live again. I'm going to be putting on some makeup. My family gets mad at me because they're like, "Why? Why do you do that when you work from home?" And I'm like, "Well, I do it because it makes me feel kind of put together. Whereas when I'm not, or when I'm not wearing makeup, I feel a little bit more slovenly, which I know is just a personal thing. It's not like I'm sure I look fine either way, but I am just trying to make myself feel a little bit more like I don't know, put together. Anyway, I bought some NYX professional makeup, and I'm not in love with it. I bought it because it looked good, but the formula itself is really dry, and I have pretty much like lizard skin. I already applied moisturizer because, like I said, I have lizard skin, so I have to kind of make sure that everything is well lubricated, because if not, it's very dry. And this color, it oxidizes a lot lighter than it does like right now. It's kind of like I don't know, like a brownish color, but I'm pretty fair, so. And I'm actually almost out of this. I will not be buying it again. I really like the Sephora brand of makeup. Just the regular Sephora foundation. I forget the actual name of it, but I always get it in cream, and it's really good because I have red undertones, like pink and red undertones to my face. So I find it kind of evens that out. But yeah, I'm getting ready. I have a full day of work today. I've been working on putting together some metadata for our data sets at work. And the way that works is it's going to be a searchable database for the machine learning researchers and anybody else really that needs data. It's kind of in its nascent form right now. It's not like a full database. It's actually an Excel spreadsheet, but it is. There's the hope that someday it will become something more tangible. And I was looking a little into like Neo4j for database maintenance, but I don't know much about it. So that's a bit of a learning curve. And also I have to go with what work kind of decides. I'm not the data architect. I recently started a new position at work where I am the data steward 1. It's still new, but I've been doing the work of the data steward since about February, before my direct manager rather, before he left. But I officially took the title on in May, and it's been a bit of a change from what I was doing, which was data annotation. And I really, it's different. It's more organizational based. It's more like being a data librarian or custodian. And that is, that's okay. I studied history, so it's not like I'm completely oblivious to organization and management of like data. But it's been challenging in that there's a lot of like new technologies that I'm learning. So it is what it is, but I really enjoy it. But in terms of AI and ML, I recently gave a presentation at work on data privacy, and I think I have like a soft spot for data ethics in terms of machine learning and AI more generally. AI is one of those things where it's like, what do we call it? Do we call it machine? I mean, like the scientific term, of course, is machine learning, but we all kind of use the term AI more generally, and it's more like socially acceptable to use it because people understand, or at least can make sense of the idea of AI, whereas machine learning is the more applied aspect of AI. AI is good for marketing. Machine learning is good for like the actual like researchers and and people who are doing the work and the discipline. But what was I saying? I'm very tangential. But the presentation I gave was about how data privacy has shifted in terms of working from home. You know, we're more connected now than we ever been, and we have more data online than has ever been before. And the benefits and the pros and cons of that are many. But I think it's something that we need to be aware of, because if not, then we have all this data, but like, what happens if we decide one day that like we don't want it online anymore, or something happens? You know, we have the right to be forgotten, but what if you know, we die and our data precedes us or continues to live on? Is that okay? Is that something we should be aware of? You know, and with the right to be forgotten, yeah, okay, we can remove our data from online or whatever companies that have it, but it's also like, at that point, does it matter? Because you know, we've already uploaded our data. It's already being used in training various models. So does it really matter at that point if we're already part of the system? I don't know. These are things I think about. And like, is it really something that companies take to heart when they collect your data? I'm not entirely certain. I guess like maybe bigger companies probably don't. I mean, there's been a lot of talk of the problems with Google lately, but AI ethics is complicated, and I'm still learning. Like, I'm still learning about like all of the ins and outs of what it means to be an ethicist in AI. I'm not perfect, and it's kind of like one of those things where you learn a lot as you go along, but you need to be aware of at least the general concepts of AI ethics. Which sounds floopy, but like, it's just kind of, it is what it is. But anyway, working from home has been a real nice, a nice reprieve from the office. And I don't think I want to go back to the office, because I'm quite comfortable at home. And I was thinking this morning as I was making breakfast that, you know, when I work from the office, I don't really feel comfortable making breakfast before work, because it's like, you know, I don't have that relaxation in place, and I'm rushed trying to get everything done before I actually leave for the office. And then the commute is always stressful. And I just, you know, I think like it is one of those things where there's going to be a lot of pushback against going back to the office. For me, if I can work from home indefinitely, I'd be quite happy. And here I am in Nova Scotia. You know, I'm, you know, outside of Quebec. Quebec has given me so much, and I'm thoroughly happy for everything Quebec has given me. But it's also nice to be home, you know, in God's country, as they call it, because it's like, it's good to be close to family, particularly my father and stuff. So it's just kind of nice to have that. I think when it comes to family, a lot of people don't really, it's like one of those things, like, you don't know what you have until it's gone, I guess, or something along those lines. And I'm trying to relish the moments I have with my direct family, because it's you never know. Like, that's one of those things. Like, you know, with COVID, we're learning that like everything is so fragile. You know, like the human condition. We're not immortal, however we'd like to believe it. Although with AI, who knows? I did see Ex Machina, so maybe like there's something to that. But you know, until we have brains in jars, or like we can download our thought processes with Neuralink, I don't know if we're ever going to be there. Will AI ever have consciousness? Maybe. If we create consciousness, does it make it like right? Does it make it the same type of consciousness that we have? And if so, doesn't matter because it still is reflective of um, that kind of awareness, but it might not be innate. So I don't know. If machines aren't self-aware, are they conscious? There's some humans that aren't self-aware. Does that make them not conscious? I don't know. So, I think that, yeah, COVID has made us realize that there's a lot of fragility to the human condition. And I think we should be more aware of the relationships we have and the people in our lives and appreciate them. And I haven't seen a lot of people since I've been home, partially in part to the COVID, partially in part to my being reclusive, partially in part to me not having the friendships I had here years ago. And it's kind of, it's cathartic to spend a lot of time alone because you get to learn a lot about yourself, and I think that's good. It's kind of scary sometimes, but you know. But yeah, working from home has been, I think, a challenge for some people. And I listen to people on calls all day and with family and friends, or family mostly, I guess. Friends probably aren't there when they're working, but you can tell like there's a lot of like children in the background and like havoc and chaos. And I guess like it's probably easier for them to work from an office. So I think the flexibility is really important. Anyway, thank you for listening to me ramble. I'm hoping that at some point I have a more cohesive kind of agenda for these things. Really, it's just kind of me getting ready in the morning and hoping that I don't look so tired. I got to fix my hair. I kind of, in a fit of confusion and mania, cut my bangs. They turned out okay, but they do get in my eyes sometimes. So anyway, there will come a time when I will have a more cohesive agenda for these things. I'll write down kind of what I wanted to discuss and be more organized. But right now it's just a free flow of consciousness. So yeah, thank you for putting up with me. And I hope you guys have a good, what is today? Wednesday? Yeah, good Wednesday, hump day. We're halfway through the week, but I think, it's important to also appreciate every day for what it brings and not just wait for the weekend. So anyway, have a good day. Peace out. And maybe I'll be back another day with another Get Ready With Me, and we can discuss further the infinite questions of the universe and all those fun things in a more cohesive way. Anyway, bye.